During the ending of The Flash Season 7, we all saw Barry reach his full potential with his speed, where he has officially claimed the title of being the fastest man alive. Him and his arch-enemy Eobard, aka the Reverse Flash, have always been at the same speed until this point, where we've all witnessed the shocking moment when Eobard took a swing at Barry using super speed. However, when Barry entered Flash time, things were way different. Eobard was literally frozen when Barry was moving in super speed. This shows how much faster Barry has become right now. But with this new ability of him being so much faster than he's ever been, what exactly does this mean for Barry as a character? What does this mean for the show going forward? Is Barry officially the most powerful speedster? Does this mean that his speed will be even more inconsistent when he faces off other villains? Will he be facing off even more powerful villains? But above all of these questions, here is what The Flash Season 8 needs to do with Barry. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 8. And for today's video, I'll be going over what The Flash Season 8 needs to do with the character of Barry Allen, aka The Flash. So, it's no surprise that our Scarlet Speedster is the main character of the show. The show is called The Flash. We have seen him as The Flash for 7 years, and we have seen how much he has grown as a hero throughout these 7 years. But the ending for Season 7, with Barry having this speed boost, opens doors to many things they could explore for Season 8. This is probably one of the biggest changes we have seen Barry go through as a character with his speed. Now, throughout The Flash Season 7, Barry literally felt like a side character. Yes, that's right. The main character, who is one of the main reasons in regards to why we watched the show in the first place, made cameos on his own show. There are even times where side characters had much more screen time than he did. The show was not even called The Flash until the last 4 episodes during Season 7. It was called Team Flash. If we go back and have a look at The Flash Season 7, for the Forces storyline, Barry has just been thrown under cringy dialogue and writing. He had these various different plans, and yet other characters always made him seem like he is wrong, and Barry always ends up apologizing every single time. When he faces off against villains, he kept getting tossed around and he just kept getting absolutely destroyed, which was just so frustrating to see. But Barry and Iris were probably the most underdeveloped characters for that whole storyline. We then go on to the interlude, which was the first 3 episodes after the Forces storyline ended, and this was the side characters having their own episodes. And apart from the Cisco episode, which was actually a really good episode, the other 2, episodes 13 and episodes 14, had little to no Barry at all. But then for the Godspeed storyline, we finally got Barry back as the main character, and we had heaps of scenes with him, and those last 4 episodes were way better than anything we've had for The Flash Season 7. It was still far from perfect, but it was way better than what we had for the majority of the season, which I consider to be unwatchable. But to have your main character have a main focus for just 4 episodes out of 18 is ridiculous. We cannot have that during The Flash Season 8, especially after this pivotal change in Barry's growth as a hero. Now, yes, I do understand that there are contracts in regards to screen time for other characters, but you can still have that screen time with Barry still being the main lead. You do not need to make side characters have the main focus just so you fill in those screen time. So for The Flash Season 8, I do hope that Barry becomes the main character again. The main center of the show, where we do see him struggle, but we do also see him handle certain things on his own. For Season 7, Barry has not even defeated one villain by himself. If you count all of the episodes, he has not defeated one villain by himself. He either kept on getting pep talked, he either kept on getting destroyed, or other characters had to end up defeating the villain for him. This is Barry now going into his 8th year as the Flash, plus him having a speed boost right at the end of The Flash Season 7. If you watch Superman and Lois, for example, look how they nail Clark. They nail how they're supposed to handle the main character. Clark doesn't need help every single time. He barely even got pep talked, and he actually knows what he's doing. That's the total opposite for how Barry Allen is treated on his own show. He needs help every single time from other characters. Most of the time, he even has no idea what he's doing, and when he goes up against a villain alone, he gets absolutely demolished. His speed is just so inconsistent, and it even reaches to a point where they even have to make the villain faster than him. In which, for plot's sake, I will let that slide to an extent. It really depends on who the villain is. But once again, for Superman and Lois, he does not have to be nerfed when he goes up against villains. But the way they treated Barry during The Flash Season 7 Episode 2 is absolutely spot on. This is exactly how Barry should be right now. He knew exactly what he was doing, he did not need to get pep talked, and he was actually a more confident and a much more powerful character. This is now Barry with 7 years of experience, and this is exactly how he should have been after Season 3. So what I do hope for The Flash Season 8 is that they take that same approach, but without the speed thinking, of course, because that would have just been way too overpowered. Season 8 really needs to be a season for Grant to shine. Especially now, since this is the most powerful we've ever seen Barry, especially after the speed boost he's acquired. There should be no need of him getting demolished every single time when he's up against a villain alone. He should start defeating villains on his own. He shouldn't need to get pep talked every single time, and in some cases should know what he's doing when he's out there on the field. The guys, I need help, how do I stop this, should have been a recurring thing for just the first 2 seasons, maybe even Season 3. I wouldn't mind if that's still a thing here and there for Season 8, but him asking for help every single time needs to stop. Season 7 Episode 16 was another perfect and spot-on version of Barry Allen. He was a really great team leader to Team Flash, and once again knew what he was doing while also keeping the team involved. This is exactly how Barry should be. The way they handled not only Barry but also Team Flash during that episode is exactly what the show needs to do for The Flash Season 8. Now, I've said this throughout multiple different videos, but we already know Eric Wallace said the following about Barry's character when he was talking about Season 8. This is the season of The Flash where we're making a conscious effort to turn Grant into the Flash from the comic books, the most confident, incredibly powerful, and secure team leader. It's really a season for Grant to shine in a way that perhaps he hasn't always been able to, and it's very exciting. I hope this is true. We did see Barry get the speed boost, and I'm interested to see how they will handle it for Season 8, but we need Barry to become that most confident, that incredibly powerful and secure team leader for Season 8 to just stick that landing. This is Barry at his most powerful point, and it should only make sense that he becomes more confident and that he goes up against bigger and much more powerful threats. And with Despero being the main villain for the first 5 episodes, it does look like we are heading into that direction, but I guess we will have to wait and see. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below if you guys are excited for The Flash Season 8. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.